Welcome to Tasty Tidbits. Just a little bit of tips for you to get those lunches packed and some great snack ideas as well. Some of them are a little bit versatile, so you might be able to use them even when you're entertaining. I'm super excited to have you here to be able to share some of these favorite tips. And it's making me take a walk down memory lane when my children were small and I was packing their lunches. And my husband would joke to say, the kids weren't that small when I continued to pack their lunch. Up until they were in grade 12, yes, I continued to pamper them and make their lunch and even peel their oranges. But that's a different story. Here we are helping you get your lunches packed and your children off to school, or maybe some snack ideas for yourself as well. So I'm going to share a couple of little fun things, and I'm going to show you a couple of little tips using some of our tools. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is packing your apples. And a lot of children never want to finish their apple and they eat just the outside edge, and then 3/4 of it gets thrown in the garbage. Or you might have children that have braces and stuff like that, and biting into an apple is really hard. If you're buying the apples that are already in a little baggie, pre-cut and soaked in a juice, those are done with some yucky, lemony preservatives and stuff like that. Not that great for you and not that tasty. So a couple little fun things that you could do with your apple is, one, you could just go ahead and use our new corer. Go right down the center, and I like to start on the bottom of the apple because that will get you down straight. And then just get it pushed in there, like so, voila. And then back out it goes. And then to take that core out, it's super simple. You just go like that and out comes the core. Now you could go ahead and cut off the little bottom part and use this for a baked apple. Great fall dessert. You can also plug that little hole up again and then wrap this up in saran wrap so that when your child goes to school, they just pop out the centers and they can eat the whole entire apple that way. Caramel, let's talk caramel. Ooh, all of these flavors of fall. You plug in the bottom and you drop a couple of hard caramel candies in here, and you put them into your baker, and in the oven they go, and you cook them just till that caramel is soft and melted. Now let's pretend like I didn't use my core and your child has braces, or they have a hard time biting into the whole apple, or they're snackers. They're just gonna eat it piece by piece. Then you can take your apple wedger. Again, center it over that core, give it a push down, and here's a little tidbit. The bottom of this is super sharp. So you want to go over the top like this and always pull up with your apple pieces. Now, a little secret. Here's what I used to do when my sons were young, is I would put this all back together nice and tight, just like this. I would wrap it up, double wrapped, and they would go to school and it would already be peeled and cut for them. If you're going to do that, you can also dip it in Sprite or 7-Up, which doesn't leave that lemony taste and keeps it from turning brown. Cinnamon is really a nice topping on top of your apples, and a couple slices of cheese, and you've got a great snack going on. Now I'm going to stay with the core for a minute and just show you a couple little fun things that you could be doing with some vegetables. And peel this carrot up super fast. Here we go. Now this is cool for vegetable trays, for getting your children to eat some different vegetables as well. If it looks different, they're kind of intrigued and they want to taste them. And you're just going to core the center of your cucumber again. Just give it a little slight push. Push back out. And take your carrot and go very slow. Do not push hard because you don't want to snap your cucumber. And take your crinkle cutter. Are you ready for this? Here comes Toonies. Cut down, and you've got your beautiful carrot in the middle of your cucumber. We used to joke with our neighbors when we were younger and tell them that that's how we grew mine in the garden. Now, continue on with these carrots and cutting things. You can cut these on a diagonal, and they're great for scooping up your dip, and or you can go ahead and make pencil sticks out of them just by taking this little crinkle cutter and giving it a little cut like that. And ripples hold more dip. So in our jar holders, which are fantastic for making up fruit and vegetable trays or cups for your own lunches or your children's lunch, you could go ahead and you can cut up all of your vegetables like this with your crinkle cutter. And in the bottom of our snack jar, put a little bit of hummus, a little bit of roasted red pepper dip, or some ranch dip, whatever your favorite is. Put a few little vegetables in per cup. The lid goes nice and tight on the top, and it will not end up in the bottom of their lunch bags or snack packs. Okay, so a couple little fun things that you can do. I'm so glad that we've got these all cut, because now I have a snack ready for me tomorrow when I go back into work and into my office. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about, and I forgot a piece of bread. Maybe my backup partner over here can get me a piece of bread, my backup crew, a couple of pieces, and we're going to talk about sandwiches. Now, a lot of kids just eat the center. They take the sandwich apart, they eat the meat, they eat the cheese, they eat the fillings, and they leave all the outside because they're not really crazy about the crust. So with your bread, you're going to be able to put maybe cream cheese spread on here and chop up a bunch of vegetables, pack it onto the cream cheese and a little cheddar cheese. Sound like cool veggie pizza to you? And you can make that into a sandwich. Or your chopped up chicken or your ham with a little bit of cheese on top. And then you're going to take this, and your children are going to be able to go right in the kitchen with you. And you're just going to rock that through. Give it a little push. Now mine's not sealing because I don't have anything in between my two pieces of bread. And then you're just going to take that crust off like this. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to go back in there because I'll show you how that's done here a little bit neater. And voila. You've got crustless sandwiches, okay? Now, pizza sauce, a little bit of pepperoni, some mozzarella cheese, brush this with butter on your stoneware bar pan, and you've got pizza pockets. Off to school you go. No waste in the kitchen. You throw nothing out. We eat absolutely everything except for those peels that are attached to my fingers. You're gonna take this and you're gonna put it in your manual processor, and you're going to chop that up, and now you have breadcrumbs for when you're making meatballs or your meatloaf. Now I pulled out the big gun today as well, because one of the things that is really, really difficult to do is think, what's for breakfast? What's for lunch? How do we get that protein in your diet? And many people go ahead and cook up a dozen of eggs up on a Sunday night, and then they're making a chef salad, they've got their eggs. You're making egg salad sandwiches, you've got your eggs. You're hungry and you just want a great snack, eggs really, really do fill you. So with your pressure cooker, you're going to be able to put a dozen of eggs on your rack, on this little rack right here. Drop it into your pressure cooker with 1 cup of water. Set this on steam for 6 minutes and press go. Go ahead and get your vegetables ready, because your eggs are going to do it all on its own. No boiling over, nothing like that. And they're steamed perfectly. Now when you steam an egg, the peeling is the precious part, because you just roll it like this and the skin is going to fall off of it. Absolutely a fantastic way to cook ahead and be ready. So we've got lots of tasty tidbits here for you, and more to come throughout the week. Thanks again for stopping in, and I'll chat with you soon.